Get ready.
And the crowd goes wild. Good morning, everybody. It's a daytime stream. Adding to our game Spiky, based on the arcade clone from 1984 Konami Mikie. It's a simple little maze game. Let's get rid of that starting stream. Now, this is not going to be heavily involved with coding so far today. Firstly, it's the daytime. It's not really my usual functioning time for coding, but mainly the reason is we need some other levels. We have level 2, but it's exactly the same as level 1. We also have level 1, but we don't have an exit sign, so we need to do some artwork. And I'm just going to show you roughly what the game looks like here. We need an exit sign above the door there, and it will flash when you've collected enough hearts. So we need an icon of a heart as well. For now, I think we'll just leave it with that. We won't draw the enemies today, or the other characters. I've realised we need one of Mikie sat down. He can sit down at a desk. so I can chop his legs off, make a new sprite for him sitting down. And what else do we need? Yeah, well then we'll have level 2, and level 2 is very different to level 1, but we'll use it as a template. So with that being said, it looks like I'll just do that and put this onto the screen display this time. Display window, whatever the hell it's called, capture. And as you can see, I've already made the exit sign, and this is pretty good. It details, and you can see the door now as well. It details how clever you've got to be with the drawing for the colours. If I'd have moved the exit sign down to here, it would have to have been black, and also we would have had to redraw the door. Well, actually, the door is part of the background, the door frame. I think with the exit sign, I'm going to make it into a sprite, just so that we can move it if we want to. Flash it around, we can change its colour. Right. I mean, that's ready and made. I'm happy with it. I've created its own layer. Really, we could get rid of this retro rules okay and make a black board. Let's leave it there for now. It's okay. It looks okay. You know, even if it ended up in the final game, I wouldn't be that disappointed. It's not meant to be like a masterpiece. So we've got the exit sign. I will copy this entire file, I think. No, I'll just put a new layer. In fact, yeah, duplicate layer. Because we can keep the floor. The doors can certainly stay in the same place. But I should probably sort out that secondary door first. So this door is just going to be drawn on. What I'm forgetting to understand is, I thought I drew the door as the door as a sprite. Why is it in my background? I'll have to look at my code and see how I've drawn that, so that we can remove it when he opens it. Anyway, meanwhile, I've got it on snap to grid. You know, you'll have to figure out your own art programs if you want to try and copy what I'm doing, because they're a pain in the rear end. I don't really like using the mouse in general. It's not really my thing. There we go. Okie dokie. So at the moment it appears the doors are background objects, just like the floor. Then again the desks, hang on a minute. I've got myself well confused here. Drawer is desk is a sprite, door is a sprite. I wish I could zoom out, maybe I'll be able to make some sense out of whether the door is included. It's a little while ago I did this, so I can't remember. Yeah, a desk and a door are definitely sprites. There they are. Alright, so I guess, I'm not sure, but I guess I need to delete these eventually and redo my data for my sprite, my background, so that because I think what's going to happen is I'm going to remove the door and that's still going to be there. Let's not worry about that right now. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else in level 1 that's needed, or is it now finished? Oh, there's legs and there's a heart. Note how I've got it on the square brush and 1 pixel size. There's more than one way to skin a cat here, because all I want is a black rectangle. But I'll get precise with it. Shrink the grid back down to 1 pixel. I do wish that it would have lines of 8 as well. It will snap to the grid for me, the way I've set this up. And then I can just go to fill there. It's going to do it for me. Copy and paste that. If you zoom out enough, the grid goes away. I think that's okay. I know where I went wrong. I've only taken a copy. This is a screenshot. So these parts won't be here, and neither will the doors. But I do want these here in the background. Okay. Oops, you lazy. I think I just copied just one. Alright, didn't copy any. Okay, that's perfect. This is going to be annoying. Oops. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, what? Come on. Finally. It's going to be annoying because when I import this into ZX Paintbrush again, it's going to reverse the colours, I know it, and I'm going to have to mess around. But this will help, this will help. So in that case, change the grid back. In that case, these don't actually want to be here on this version. The exit sign is another layer. That's fine. Weird. Oh, I'm on the exit sign there. So I'm deleting them. Obviously, they're all sprites in our game. The black legs are part of the background. The sign could be part of the background. But I'll leave it as its own layer, so in the next level we can have it somewhere else. I think actually in the game, in the real game, the doors are always in the same place, so again we wouldn't need that. In fact, let's get rid of that and make it a layer. I knew that was enough. Just call it retro rules, I know exactly what that means. Alright. So if only I'd made level 1 like that to start with, I only really needed them. And I could draw them as sprites if I wanted and not change the background. It's going to use the processor for no reason though, if I do that. I guess I'm going to try and export this. And I'm going to try and import it into ZX Paintbrush and just hope the colours don't mess up. I think they will. Straight away that's wrong anyway. Go back into GIMP. Gotta make it, get rid of the border of course. And the UI area. Right, that's all good. Could not load file. For some reason ZX does not like PNGs from GIMP. It's probably something to do with the color or the layer settings, or the export settings. But anyway, quickest way I know is just to do it as a JPEG instead. That might be why the colors were messing up. No, the quality's that low. Let's put it full. I was worried this might happen. It doesn't look as good as it did the first time I drew it. There's all sorts of crap going on. Like, I have no clue why that happens. Where's this black stuff come from? So I've got to painstakingly go through here now and do all the colours again. It's always black ink. That's where you can go wrong. What a pain, eh? I don't know, maybe they look kind of cool like that. Trying to move the screen without using the mouse wheel. But you can't. Or at least I can't. So this, I think the ink's blue on that and the ground's red. Yeah, there we go. It's not too bad. Once you know what you're doing on this program. See, that's the wrong way around, so I've got to, there's a way of just inverting it, I think. But, I don't know, I can't figure it out. It's quicker just to change it on here. Oh, okay. Alright, well now we've got a wonky floor. It looks like it's flooded. There's a way to sort it out in my rudimental way. Draw a line. This gets really annoying because of the way the colour cells are laid out here. Yeah. Oh. I mean, it's not too hard to go along and change the colours back around the way they should be. Oh. The panning about on this app is horrible. Have you noticed this is white? So it's impossible. And I sorted that out on my other version. It took me a long time of messing about. Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, folks. You can't even scroll when you're doing it. What a pain. It's almost worse than doing it from scratch. so that Mikey can only walk up to there. So we can use, that's why we're not using black here, but why is it inverted? What's it doing? It's ridiculous. Now I've got, what's it doing? What the flip? My computer's terrible. I can't click anything now. Might just make do with this wonky floor. Can't be flipping bothered with it. I managed it okay before. Hi Vulcan. It's a Muxes again. Cricket's on, is it? Okay. Oh, no way. It's better to have a fun packed day than nothing, I guess, isn't it? Who's on the cricket? Is that England or? I don't follow cricket. I used to play it a lot. This is really annoying me, this setback here, because I had it all looking nice, and all I've tried to do is add these, really. And we've come up with this wonky floor thanks to ZX paintbrush. It's tried to match them into colour cells. They were already matched exactly. So I've got red ink. That's the wrong way around. So maybe I can come along now and just flip them. No. Christ. England, Pakistan. Yeah, it is good. I do like a bit. I got into the Ashes where England were playing against obviously Australia, but there was Steve Warne or whatever he's called playing for Australia. That was such a good watch in general. Like I really enjoyed the whole series, and I was having little bets on it every day, and I was winning. Like I was betting stupid things like bowl out within this time or something, and just weird stuff like that, and it was working. Yeah, Warren, and every bowl they were like, "Oh, Warney, yeah, good lad, Warney." It was just funny as. Was he smoking between? The funny thing is, me and my mate, I can still remember it like it was yesterday. We were having a smoke while we were watching it as well, and it was like I think that was like when I first didn't have school or college or anything, so I was just really enjoying it. Yeah, love it. Yeah, I certainly do need to get back into watching a bit of cricket. Yeah. See, it looks a bit better, but Yeah, I knew it. They're the wrong way round. No, it's okay, can't get that far. Because he stops here. You can't walk any further than that. Oh dear. Ah, no matter what way I do it, it seems to be wrong. Okay. Okay, finally that side looks moderately okay. Oh, oh go away, ZX. Hey, I'm not painting in that square. Oh god, this app's done my head in. I'm going to close it. I've had enough of it. It's fucking horrible. Excuse my language. I'm just going to draw them as sprites instead, even though I really don't want to do that. Well, no, I can't do that because I've got to make some other levels now anyway. Oh, how sad. I can't use GIMP because as soon as I import it, it defeats the object of creating it in GIMP. Do you know what I mean? It just ruins it and just causes me to have to manually adjust it. I may as well just make it in this app. Like you say, maybe I need a plugin for GIMP because all I really want is this export functionality. I can manage the colors myself. You know, I don't need an app forcing it into 2-color mode. I can do that myself. The squares are 8, you know, 8 by 8, so it's easy to do that. Maybe I should have checked that out. I'll see how I get on with this from a new file, and I'll stick with level 1 that we've already got, and I'll just make level 2 now. I really do hate doing all the art on stream. I much prefer doing the coding, but we've got to a point where I can't really add anything. I could just add just that exit sign. Let's make level 2 anyway, sod it. I think they use the same colour scheme throughout the game for the floor and stuff. Have a look. See how slow my internet loads now? I think you heard me type it. So that's the C64 one. Oh, there's level 2. Same colours. Like I said earlier, I don't have to match it up. I'm just getting a guide from that game. I wonder, did I save it as a ZX paintbrush file? Oh, yes, I did. I had the foresight. How good am I? So this is the actual one I made. I hope this isn't the cacked up one though. It might be. It looks pretty neat and tidy though. I'm happy with that. Oh, Shane. Shane. Right, my level's going to be so basic compared to Mikie, the real game. I'm only going to have 3 desks. And that's it, basically, yeah. The level's going to be exactly the same except for the colours and the layout of the desks. They've got choice of a green wall or red like the floor, and they've chosen red in that game. I could do either yellow or maybe they're using green for something else. I did green paper, black ink. Yeah, there was a fill. That might. No, I didn't like it. This is just level 2. Yo, Moz, how are you, mate? So green wall looks quite horrible, but oh dear, do that in a minute. It's weird the way the colours are set up. I had to do it that way. It's just the way the system is, isn't it? Wrong way round. In the 80s, yeah, I can remember people having socks, and you'd have 2 different coloured socks. Okay, this is alright, it didn't take that long. I mean, I've only really changed the attributes here, haven't I? Whoops, other way round. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Finally. That looks pretty good, finally. So for our version of Mikie, it's going to be much scaled down. There's just going to be a desk there, and a desk there in the second level. And you can get food here, here and here. Then there'll be that little thing in the middle you have to like go and shout at for whatever reason to get the hearts. But all those things will be sprites. I did want to add the table legs as not sprites. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly where I want the tables to be. Not sure if you can do layers in this. Do different palettes. It's not overly important. I can just keep saving it under different names. It would be nice to put another layer over here and be able to draw the legs and the desk where I wanted it to be and stuff. I really can't see a way jumping out of me. So I'll just save it again. Level 2.zxp. And then black ink, red paper. Just draw some legs. I guess I'm going to draw roughly where the desk's going to be first as a guide. Oh god, it doesn't snap. There's only just enough room for him to walk down there. That's okay. I'd rather have it moved over one actually. Thanks, man. I've noticed already I've had a couple of just random follows in the night or in the day when I'm working, and I thought that's not very common because normally I get follows after I post something. So possibly you've already got me one or two. Thank you. That's well good of you. I did mean to take on board your account, your advice and go on Facebook, but it's what you got. You can't do everything, can you? You know, time basically. But thank you. You've just saved me a lot of the time there. So obviously I'm going to delete these in a sec. Just want to know where to draw. That would enable him not to walk there. I think that would actually be best. I'm trying to figure. The only reason I'm pausing is I'm trying to figure out a way to draw these legs and have this as a guide without, you know, it's quite annoying. I know the app is made by like it's not a professionally made app, is it? It's made by the community by the looks of it. But, you know, I'm not trying to knock him. It's a fantastic app. Don't get me wrong. But I'm used to having slightly more sophisticated paint tools. That'll make sense. If I just delete that, that's where the legs are going. Yeah, that'll be alright. It's not too bad. Because I know there is a box fill, and there is all sorts of cool tools like that. I need to figure out. All I actually want, oh, all I actually want is some black rectangles here. Excellent. That's a naughty desk. Is there a way to select this and copy it? Yes, there is. Excellent. I like the way that works. That's quite good. Can't quite see if that's in the right place or not. No, it ain't. Right, get rid of that. Oh, is that snap select? It is. Not that I want it now, but that's what I needed the other day. Okay, that's good. Snap select would be good now. Brilliant. I guess it's like any app, any painting app. If I'd have just used this one a lot, I would have already been good at this one, so I shouldn't knock it at all. Just gets frustrating when you're live and you can't fiddle, you're faffing about with something, you know. What's that doing? This all works well though, it is a good app. Okay. The exit's there this time, but I'll use the exit as a sprite. I've got that made already. There's like a machine in level. Oh, that's going to be a sprite as well. It'd be like a sort of vending machine here. Small one. Or locker. I've got to change something else to make it look a bit different, and I suppose we no longer have the retro rules there. Could have something else. I mean, just for now, I'm just going to write diner. I think this is going to mess it up. I have to write in paper colour. Oh, what's going on? Why is it black? I wish there was a way of seeing what colour the paper was there. Oh, paper 4, ink 0. Yeah, exactly that, Moz. It's perfect for drawing on the specky, isn't it? But oh, I've got it finally. I think it is just me being thick most of the time, to be honest. Again, these are all going to change, you know, this is all going to change, so that's going to do us for now for level 2, isn't it? John Perms for God. That'll be the last level, barbershop. He's not trying to get a girlfriend in this one. He's just trying to bypass the schoolyard and go to the barbers across the street. Alright, so I'm going to save that as a ZXP firstly, which I'd already done. Export it, but we've been doing a lot of exporting, and actually some of our code treats sprites differently. So luckily we've commented it, or have we? Yes. Block-based output of pixel data. Each block contains 16 by 16. So we can actually go here. This is the export dialog, whatever you want to call it. .asm. I'm not even giving it a name. So line based in it, or block. It's block based. It's tiles. I'll just double check that. Yeah, block based, 16 by 16. And the way I've set it up, it's going to be just ready for us. I think we have to move a couple of things around in there. Oh, include attributes this time. We'll want them mixed. Annoyingly, you can't say put it before, because I would have loved for it to be before the sprite data, but it comes after it. And I've put it so that the attributes are only one per line so we can easily see. Export it to the clipboard. I've called that BG1, but I'm going to hold all my BGs here, because otherwise we have to use that over it. We have to rename them and have one of them in each one. Keep it tidy. Okay. Hopefully that dog next door shuts up. Just shut my window. It's much the same again. But do you reckon I'm ever going to go over the memory like anytime soon? You get 32,000 bytes, don't you? It's just like 20,000 bytes right here. I don't know, but it seems a lot. Anyway, we now have BG Diner. And if I remember right, our code actually should just change to that. But I don't think the attributes... Well, they might change. They might work as well, actually. Just try it. Oh dear. Oh, look. I called it. Can you not read that? The error message? It basically says I've gone over the limit. So, up until this point, I've been thinking to myself, don't worry about the memory, because we've never used anywhere near enough. But as I was copying all this stuff in, I was thinking to myself, it's quite a lot of data. I mean, a lot of it is copied. But you can't, there's no easy way of knowing which bits are the same and which bits aren't. Interesting. Now, the next thing I need to do is find a way of having data on a tape, but not loading it until, because this would basically require someone to turn over the tape, wouldn't it? To load level 2. So that is very brand new to me. But I need to find a way of putting this on another, on hold, not loading it, and then somehow releasing the level 1 data. I'm looking forward to learning this topic. I at the moment have no clue, and I might have to post on some forums even. It's bound to be something to do with the org. You can put different orgs, but it can't be just that, because this is just trying to put all of this data starting there. I mean, I can actually start from lower for a start. Oh, it's messed up on the comments on this screen. I'll read your comment. It says, so going for loading the next level in the background. No, I wasn't actually thinking that. I was thinking you'll get to the end of the level, you'll be able to do the hallway level, because that won't take up much data, hopefully. And then it'll say, please wait, and it'll be like, loading that. Some games do that, but maybe there is a way around it. That's just my very first thought on the matter. I don't think we'd be able to load it in the background on a Spectrum. I really don't, because it's either there or it's loading it off a tape. Yeah, yeah. So when we encounter a thing like this, it's all about a trade-off, isn't it? So we either have that loading time in between levels, or we shrink the size of our level. It's like the only way. Yeah, compression. You read my mind. As soon as I said it, your word compression came up. Hey, Gio. How are you doing, my man? No problem, no problem. Awesome of you to come and join us beforehand. See, look, I should only need... Wait there, look. 600. This is wrong, isn't it? Game window length, 12. Oh, there's 3 segments. That's why. Should still be 10 though, shouldn't it? Yeah, but how can you make a procedural level out of this game? Because really, the data comes with... Can I even load it at this stage? I don't think I can. Yeah, we're making a little bit of progress. We're just adding level 2 there. That's like the background art of level 2. But for example, how can you compress this really? Because I know a lot of this isn't going to change. Well, actually, I thought of a way. We could just have every level have this exact layout. Get rid of these, what we just painted. Get rid of this. Make that a sprite. Make these a sprite. That way, obviously, we're not reloading this same level over and over. Yeah. You read my mind. It's a shame though, because in the real game, there are differences in the background. It's not the exact same every time. And also, they actually have a bigger game window than us. They've got more cells drawn, because they just cut the top bit off and then have the whole width of the screen. I've made a square. But yeah, I think that's the answer. I'm going to try just to keep us moving. I don't think we even need that game length. I think it's not even needed. So I've got my programmer calculator. Our segments are 600 hex. Oh, that's hex. times 3. So it is 12. 1200. It's 48k. Get the fuck. I think I would stick with 48k, and the reasons for that is my emulator seems to work better with 48k games. I seem to run into problems running 128k on Fuse, and also like I'd probably just run into the same problem pretty quickly if I keep this approach without fixing it, without figuring it out. Do you know what I mean? I mean, who knows how far over that I went? Maybe I was already near the top. I mean, that's actually correct. So it looks like I can bring it down to 9200 to me, but that's probably going to mess us up. Oh, it did. It allowed it to compile. Tape loading error. So I move that down. I'll try moving it to 93. Still no good. Tape loading error. This is all new to me. I'm going to have to look up what people do to combat this. That's very nice of you, Vulcan, because SSDs can always come in handy. They're worth holding on to. But if it helps someone out, then it's worth it, isn't it? If you're not using it. It's compiled now, but I get this tape loading error. And for some reason I had that 990. I think I just overjudged that on purpose. 64k limit. So let me just comment the background out, the second one. Make sure we're still compiling then. I mean, we've already got a tiled background. I created, if you remember, a way of displaying it as a tile, a bunch of tiles. And the reason for that was compression, actually. That's the reason they even do tile background. So I haven't been using that yet. Because I said to us at the time, if you remember, I said, well, the processor is what I'm concerned about. You know, it seems to run out of processing power before it runs out of memory. And I was wrong, because I mean, I was right at the time. If you only want a small game, then don't worry about it. But I need to make my tile routine. Actually, I need to come up with a way of specifying tiles so that we can redraw the same tile over and over again, is what I'm saying. Rather than copying it over and over again, we'll go back to the original drawing of it. Much like we did with the walking animation, where we reuse that central or the middle frame. But the tiled one is a bit cleverer. You've got to be clever to come up with that. But we actually have the infrastructure in the code already there. It's already there. I'll make sure this compiles. Let's see if it works now. No. So that didn't help. I mean, it did help, but I mean, this would have been a problem even if we fixed it with that memory. Oh, okay. BG Dyn is undefined. Wait, what? Why is there? commented out the wrong one, I think. I'm actually happy that I've ran into the problem of the memory, because I was starting to think in my head what was going on with that. I was thinking in my head, we must have gone over by now. Let's try that. Still tape loading error. What have I managed to bugger up here? Oh, it's running. I had two open. I do apologise. I didn't realise. Oh, it works. So, does that work? That's weird. I've got two. Something's happening weird here. It loads two. I get a tape load error, but in the background it loads and then crashes. That's just weird. Same again. This time it doesn't crash. Why am I getting two? Try closing it and opening it. Could be something weird like that, I don't know. Put back to 9.9. Same thing. So that's popped up. Behind it is the working version. It really, really is. I've never seen that before. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I've read about that in that Jonathan Caldwell's book. He doesn't describe how to do it, I don't think. He just says about it. That's a very good shout, Moz. I can store a couple of levels in there, can't I? I also haven't considered that I wanted to buffer my UI as well, but I didn't want to draw the buffer every frame, but I still wanted to buffer it just to straighten out the lines. Nice one, Vulcan. So I could do that thing that as Moz suggests, where I could find the contended memory and make sure I'm carefully only putting stuff in certain areas, because you can do that, can't you? You can. There's like a space that overloaded with bytes mentions it as well. I can read that. What pain. I think the reason we're getting errors is because of this level 2 thing. Not level 2, it's BG. Well, it seemed fine actually. I don't think that's going to fix it. Good idea, Geo. Thanks for joining in, man. Again, unfortunately, joined with a time where we've not made a great progress. Just hit a stumbling block and stayed on it. Oh, that dog next door is a pain as well. Keep having to mute my mic. Or 5 a.m. Yeah, get yourself some sleep, man. Plenty of time tomorrow, innit? Thank you, mate. Thanks for coming and joining us. See you again soon. Do you think it's worth... Thanks, Gio. Good night, mate. Do you think it's worth going... If I look on the GitHub and just go try and refresh back roll back a version? Because we weren't getting this error before. I've got the same thing where 2 popped up. And one of them works absolutely fine. God, what the heck could be causing that? I wonder if it's Fuse. I'll try and load that tape up in another emulator. It is odd. S.tap. No, spike. Yeah, S.tap. Got this one called Specky 5.2. Let's try that. You won't be able to see this, but God, what's it do? Oh, you can't just drag in. Ugh. Oh my God, it's loading. Wait, I can't be doing that. I was doing something weird. Alright, it works in Z80 Stealth immediately, but that doesn't mean that it's like it's going to work in every other emulator. ZX Spin works immediately. Fuse standalone. Yeah, if I just run it from Fuse, it works perfectly. So it's just this. It's just Visual Studio Code. Oh, that's why. S.tap and spiky.tap. That I think is why. There we go. Oh, what an idiot I am. Stuck on the most stupid things. Sometimes I race through complex stuff quite well, and then I get stuck on that. So now I've got to load up my ZXP. Won't take a min. It's another pointless exercise now at this stage, putting this level 2 in there. Because this would, even if I manage to squeeze this in, that's going to be the end, isn't it? Like, no other levels will fit. The hallway level's definitely going to need its own data file. I mean, it doesn't have to exist. We don't need it. It's, you know, it's not. It doesn't have to match up to the game. I guess at this stage, I'll focus on level 1 again. We've demonstrated already how we can go into level 2. The problem we've hit is the memory, and the way I'm going to solve that later is where we draw the background. That's where we paint it. That's fine. Let's draw background here. Draw tiles. What we need to do is somehow come up with a different way of doing tiles, where we create numbered tiles so that we can reuse. So this one is 0, 0. That's just a hard-coded position. But some of them, like that, is a blank tile, isn't it? So we don't need that more than one tile. We need to label that as like 0. But it's going to be much more processor intense. There'll be quite a big formula to draw a level, I think, to do that. Especially if the level's like bigger than the screen. We're still only dealing with single screen stuff here, and it's quite complicated. We'll have to do that another day, innit? Can't find the actual disc. Do you need a disc to plug in the SSD? You mean the actual solid state drive? Have no lighter, it's such a pain. Yeah, but you don't need a disc for the SSD, do you? Surely, you just download it. Oh, okay. Oh, it doesn't have a good cable, do you mean? That's nice of you to share things out, man. I end up just chucking mine in like a cupboard, thinking it'll come in handy, and then years later I chuck it away, and it's not of any value whatsoever. But I haven't got any SSDs lying around. I've got an SSD in my computer, but Yeah, that's a session for another day. Is redoing everything about how we draw levels so that we can only have a limited number of tiles, and that's how you do it on a Nintendo. Like, even to this day, that's how they're making 2D games a lot of the time. So, but let's just add in stuff like the exit sign. That's bloody good of you, man. It's amazing of you. Oh, I've just got to stop looking at that because I just keep thinking of ways to fix it, but it requires destroying our existing code. So I wanted to just go about adding a level, adding an exit sign. That's a sprite. Let's add it in there. It's just like a door, really, isn't it? I'll copy paste all of it in. And I'll just carefully go through and make sure I rename it all, and obviously adapt it if it needs to. Because I definitely want some colours. It's going to flash through a load of colours when you have got enough hearts. Tile count. So I've done this like a tile as well. This will probably need redoing. Get rid of that. Did I close GIMP after I made it? I had to make another one. Let's do it in ZX. It was 4 wide and 3 high character cells. 4 wide. God. I had it looking nice and I messed it up. I done that other level thing instead. I think I just wrote exit in there, and then this was just for the border. Oh, it's linking up, isn't it? Why does? Oh, have I got it on the line tool? I have. That's not too bad. That'll do. I'm a lot like you actually, Vulcan. There's some stuff I could have eBayed and then just didn't get around to it. See, that's good the way that's laid out, because I can leave that black and just flash the colours of the light of the wording if I want to. That's why I've made it like that. Do I want this as line-based output or block? I think line-based is like a desk, really. It's the same size as a desk and everything. I think I'll change it to red ink for the writing, and then I can give it attributes, and then we can just flash them bits to whatever colour we want. So I could even yellow paper. That's a good start. I'm going to save that as an actual ZX paintbrush file as well. This time, don't even give it a name, just get into this dialog here. Include the attributes. I'll go for line based, so that doesn't matter anymore. 2. I actually want 4 lines. So it's going to go dush, 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 dush. Why is there no export to clipboard though? My hard drive is very full, but I don't think that's the reason. What the hell? What? Why didn't it like the colours? I can't imagine what's going on here. Yeah, you don't need a name because I'm just going to export to clipboard. Because I'm just doing a bit. Look, it will even let me export as long as I put all the attributes at the end. That must be why. It's because it's not block based. You can only do that. I think that makes sense actually. Huh. Is it just me or is that a lot of attributes? Interesting. It didn't do that for the desk. Oh, we didn't put the attributes on the desk. That's the reason. If you look, the outside is always going to be one colour. We're not going to change it. And that's that. Like black and white, in other words. There we go. Then we can delete them. Of course, we could find a way to only access that bit. There is a way. And then it would, oh, this bit, sorry. So let's put the brightness in. But that one would make it flash. And then when you've got enough hearts, we could just set that. But anyway, let's load him in. So he needs a position. I'm going to delete his width and height. I don't know if we need that. Also, his position could be a constant. Doesn't need to be a byte. Because he's not going to move. And maybe he does it in another level. In fact, yeah, let's have it as a byte. Because we'll be a bit clever. And in all of our levels, we're going to need a player start point and an exit sign start point, as well as all the desks and whatever else. But we'll start with that for now. One, 6, 8, 1 and 11. 1, 6, 8 and 11. It likes to have the Y first, and the reason for that I've found is actually when you load a 16-bit register in the paired registers like that aren't true 16-bit, it actually reverses them. So loading BC with Y actually puts C with X at the same time. It's the only reason I've done that. You could have easily just done X and Y and then done load B with door, although I don't think you can do that. You have to load A and then put it into B. So this is just another nice, tidier way of doing it, but it requires putting Y first in the memory. Obviously a constant, that doesn't matter, but I'm going to get into the habit of doing that. I could have looked at GIMP and got the actual correct character cell. I'm not going to bother. These need to have level 1 in front of them, unfortunately. Let's just start doing L1. So we need to move the player and the sign when we init a level. Looks like we just set it directly. load a player X. Or we don't even need to do that actually. Load player X with, yeah, you do. You have to do load a. Oh, thank you for the follow. Is that Marcelo? Hello Marcelo, nice to meet you. Much appreciate that follow. Every follow. Oh, not level 2, what am I doing? Okay, so that would set the player, let's put a little space there. That would set the player position if it wasn't in the right place already. Just do the same thing. Okay, so that should now, it's going to get called as we know already, and it should now set the player. So let's just test it by putting player's position at 0, as well as the exit sign. We haven't even started drawing yet. We can still test it though to see what happens with the player, because I'm worried that here it might affect the background colours if it draws him in the top corner first and then changes his colours. Oh, it hasn't even worked anyway. Line 21, that's undefined, is it? Oh, of course, same mistake I make every single time. Include the new file. It's in spite exit. I wonder if there's a way of just adding an include. That would be great if they somehow manage that. Exit sign.asm. Still no good. Oh, of course I changed that name. Finally it compiles. And it's putting down there. That's good. I'm going to test that just by moving him a bit. Let's put him over right to the left side. And it's perfect. And in fact I quite like him starting there for now. But he does start in a seat actually. I've got to draw him sitting down. Cut his legs off. Obviously there's going to be seats drawn soon. And he starts, I think he's sitting back here when he starts. We'll have it so you've got to collect all the hearts. So there's 5 more, isn't there? So that init function seems to be working perfectly. The sign, we need to draw it. Level 1 has its own update method, look, so everything's handled within here really. Here's the main, but this soon passes it on to the level update function here. Just trying to think of the easiest way to do it. I think it's It's pretty straightforward, to be honest, because it's the same size as a desk. It's a shame I've got drawer desks. Let's have a look at that. Drawer sprite 3216, that's what I really want. Okay, so that is fine. It just wants the sprite pointer and the position. Easy. I said easy and then I instantly forgot which way round it wanted it. So BC sprite pointer, DE position. So there's a sprite pointer. And like I was just waffling on about a minute ago, you can set, as long as Y is first. Where's the exit sign? Which it is, look. So Y is first. I can just point DE at Y, or not even point it. Set it as Y, the value. But it will take X into the next one. It's very strange. But it works. So if I was to have done that with X, it would have not worked. That's what the mistake I used to make a lot, and I still do. I probably will if I start from scratch again. But I think that'll work now. So D is going to be Y, and E is going to be it's even weirder than that. X is in it D. That's what's weird. It's like reversed. I bet if we look in there, yeah, see, E is Y, even though we put DE equals Y and Y comes first in the memory. So the bit you've got to remember is that's reversed when you load it as a double like that. It's very strange. I'm still getting to grips with it myself. Let's see if it works. I haven't painted it yet, but let's not worry about that. It's there. Now, I've just realised it's not 32 by 16. It's 32 by 24. Do I have one of them written? I don't think I do. No, damn. Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it is quite a common thing, isn't it? Because I remember when I was doing the NES hacks, there was things like that as well, where if you put it into 16-bit view, it's always reversed. Oh, so because of the way I made the sprite, we actually will have to write another one of these, and they're a right pain really to look at. They're straightforward. I need 3224. I might as well just get stuck in and do it, innit? Okay, that's all good. It just points us to the origin. We do 0, 0. Luckily, all we need is to keep going up. We already paint 3 bytes across. Is it 3 or 4? 4, sorry. But we only go down to the 15th one, which is the 16th line. We need to go another 8 down. So I'm just moving down a whole line at the right time, basically. That just draws a chunk of bits, and I don't even need to change it. I'm only changing the comment. It draws however many I want, and then it goes down a line. I want to do this all the way to 23. Nearly done. And of course, you know, once this is written, this is pretty useful for any game. And we've written so many unique ones now that they do almost every size. So we no longer have to increment on the last one. And there we go. That should work. I'm tempted to paint it first, but I won't bother. I want to see it up there first. Look at that, I got it exactly in the right place as well. Just by a guess. Now, let's just check that because it seems too perfect to be true. Pop in over or down 10. Down 10 lines, there you go. It's messed up the graphics, of course, but oops. That's working perfectly. So now let's try and paint. Let's just check it goes back to the right place. Yeah, perfect placement. Hi Fractal, how are you doing? Glad you joined, man. Just messing about here, really. Trying to make it look, add the extra little bits in level 1 now. Don't need that open anymore. All that. Let's colour the sign in a minute. We've got the paint sprite methods already written as well. I need to adjust this as well to do the 24 lines. Okay. I'm getting confused because it's 24. Just need 4 more, don't I? that how big it is? Yeah. Perfect. What's level 1 gone? God, it's getting messy now. I'm not 100% sure that it's necessary to separate the painting and the drawing like I'm doing here. But I've been doing it and it's working, so. What did paint? God, where did I just put that? Is that dog barking doing me head in? Input B of X, C, and colour is IYL. Ah, interesting. The desks were all the same colour and I'm trying to use that as a template. The sign, it is all one colour, but we only actually want to deal with two of the cells. God, I wish I could see it easier. These two. Dish, dish. How best to do that? We just want to paint cell, really, rather than paint sprite routine. Paint cells random. That'll be alright. That's similar to how I've done the rest of the colour routines. So to get this memory start thing done the same. I've just noticed that says black ink in the paint player. It's like hard coded, but doesn't really matter on the player, I suppose. Probably done for a reason. So I think it's literally just I don't think you can do that. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm good as well, thanks, Fractal. I've only just read that message, sorry. Yeah, not bad. Bit tired out. I'm not looking forward to going work later, but hopefully it'll be a relaxing one on Sunday. I doubt it, but let's have a routine inside this file where it just paints it. It just calls that one I just made color cell. Okay. Paint cell. IYL. See, I didn't think you could do this. What I'm doing here. And that was why I ended up doing it all the other way around. But with the painting, I've done it. Oh no, I didn't. Let me look at that again. BC door Y. So I'm assuming D is also reversed. I think that would actually work for painting this particular sign. Let's try it. It's going to not compile. I don't think I've included stuff. Oh, it's compiled actually. It's not painted in the right place though. Look at the glitch we've got. Looks cool. I'd love a whole level like that. On like a bonus level. Oh, it's coming out of me, look. And then it comes back. What the hell? That's because they get redrawn their colours. The background only gets drawn one time. That was brilliant, but totally not what I wanted to happen. So obviously, oh look, player. That was cool, wasn't it? Like, I bet there's some sort of effect you could have there. You master that. I know exactly what the mistake is I've made. God, I can't remember if it's. I only go for E. D. Ah! Now I've got my wish of the whole level like it. Be careful what you wish for. Retro Code of Rules looks awesome back there though. Zoom in on that. It's like a rave, isn't it? That's bloody brilliant. I thought I'd fixed it then as well. I'm just gonna comment that out and just make sure it's not happening without that. Yeah. True that. At least we can see what's going on with that one. Try this instead. Oh, that is what it is, isn't it? Maybe, actually, I don't know. No, made no difference. Funny stuff. So I'll pretend that's correct at the moment. I actually don't think this will work, but I just want to try it and get it out of my head. No. Interesting, because the reason the y is times 4 in it is because it should be times 32 for the amount of character cells, but y is measured in pixels anyway, so I times it by 4. So really, y already times is equal to times 8. dxey. Let's just try, instead of doing that thing, let's just try, just in case, load a, exit sign x, and what did I say? Too many files now. dx, dx. I actually don't think this will work at all, but it's got to be worth a try. Is DE getting destroyed in there? Yes. I'm probably making a right pig zero of this. Oh my god. Funny. because it happens every frame, which ain't perfect, but I was going to make the sign flash anyway. I think that's fine. Happens every frame, but how is it painting every cell? We've specified the position, called paint cell, no definition. No. There's a return. Also, why is it pink? It's not supposed to be pink. Can't see this fixing it either. Oh, it has, but we haven't got a yellow sign. We've got some yellow going on in the top in the UI there. So it looks like we had two simultaneous problems here. Something to do with that IYL. Okay, we've now got the yellow brightness desk colour, which is actually what I assigned to the sign. It's got red ink, but we can't see that. It's in the wrong place. So maybe I will try that thing I just done. I can't see it working, but nope, still in the UI. So it appeared that made no difference, and the first one was probably still correct. One day I'm going to have to rewrite all this, because sometimes I use DE, sometimes it's BC. It's just not really very well organised. Honestly, that kind of makes sense to me and looks fine. I'm running out of ideas. It's just out of interest right now. I'm gonna comment that. I'm just gonna start loading some random values in there and seeing where it goes. Right. And definitely, man. Love it. Okay, so it is moving about when I move these values. If I put them at 0, 0, where does it go? Okay, the first one is in 0, 0. The ink DE is probably what's making it come out over there. Although I don't know why that would happen. Computer thingy. Same thing. Let's just forget for now. Just painted one cell. Try that. Right, so it's up in the top left corner. Has the red ink. That's definitely what I'm thinking. I wonder why. Yeah, it's gone all the way over to the UI. Do you know, when I actually get home from work, I might rewrite all of the paint code. There's some at the end of the paint code that is much better. Like these ones. These are perfect. So I could just write one that does like 1 by 2. Or, sorry, 2 by 1. And that would actually do my sign. I could easily match that up. I still fail to see why it's not working. It works on the exact same principle. But as we know, this one works perfectly. This one, for some reason, wants B and C though, look, instead of D and E. Maybe that's going to help. You never know. Really shouldn't make a difference. Sod it. Give in. Two one is actually to match that up is it's that simple, isn't it? Wait there, 2-1. It's that simple. Oh God, where's my paint sign? I think that might be it. It's still up in the UI. At least it's now in a two segment bit. What the hell's going on with that then? That shouldn't matter. Ah, no, that wouldn't matter. As we do know that is working, we've got it here on the player working for us, and also we move the sign about to prove that. So that becomes whatever we tell it to be in the level. Paint exit sign. I can't see the problem, yeah. Damn it. Do you know what? That's because I just copied it again from the one we know works. The only thing I did was delete where it goes down a line because it doesn't need to go down a line. It's all on one line. BC X pos Y pos. Don't think it'll work, will it? No, exact same thing. We got closer. That's bloody weird. So it's something to do with them variables, I think. Oh, that didn't even move, did it? At least it moved directly up when I reduced the Y value. So that code seems to be working. So from that I deduced that this exit sign X must be the wrong. Try and get it to the right place. And then I'll try and match it up in the code. Oh, it's gone over there look, suddenly when it's near the right place. That is strange. Whoa. Yeah, I'm unsure what's happening now. Something in the calculation is wrong, isn't it? That should be like on the left side of the screen. Cool, that's just a coincidence. It is exactly above the other door at 0. Yeah, it's weird now. 0, 0 is fine. That's supposedly the X, and that's supposedly the Y. Move it down 10. Yeah, it is interesting. I've definitely had similar problems to this before. I wish I could remember how we fixed it. Look at that, I only changed the Y. But what's really weird is these paint ones have been working fine. Do you know what I mean? We've been using them accurately, exactly how we expected them to be used. And in my head, that works out fine when I work through it. It looks very strange at first with the ×4, but you do have to remember it's Y is measured in pixels, and we want character cells for painting. Maybe I have to because I could rewrite this probably and do the same thing in slightly less lines, but it includes like shifting bits instead, which you can't do on a 16-bit register, so then you have to move it all about anyway. So yeah, might have a break from it for now, and I can come back after work, hopefully fix it. Can't think of much else to change now. There's no reason to push BC and pop it here. Don't even know why I'm trying it. Nah, no difference whatsoever. What a shame. I was hoping to get some like the flashing sign at least. I would have thought when I came on, I thought we'd be able to make a rough start onto level 2. It probably is something really daft, really daft. I'll put that back to how I thought it should be before I forget. We're back over in the UI. Makes no sense that really. The reason I can't get any sense out of that is that it's just been working so fine already, you know. The desks are fine. They use the exact same code. Real odd. I don't know. It's just mind blowing. Yeah, I'll have to have a think of that while I'm at work. because I've got no idea. You know, I haven't even got a plan to try here because I can't tell whether it's. I mean, not yet. That's what I mean. At the moment, I haven't even done that, and all I've done is total hearts. That's a constant that's built into each level. So when you hit, and that's actually going to be 5 for the first level, and then here you've got hearts collected, and I've just put 5 already. So really, I just want it flashing now, but check victory. So somewhere in there, I could start flashing the sign. But at the moment, all I'm trying to do is get it painted. That was it. The drawing worked fine. Paint sprite is called here, but it doesn't need any inputs. So that's what was confusing me, because I load them all in here. And there's no need to worry about pushing and popping because it's nothing being held like in any of those registers at this point. Bloody strange. I'm going to try and do it after the draw, just for the sake of it. Or do you mean the whole sign, the whole level, or just the sign? That's definitely what I was hoping to do. Is when you before you've collided with the door, but when you've got enough hearts, the exit sign will start to flash, and obviously it will still check, are you colliding with the door? I've got a way of how to do that. It's just making it paint this one colour, and then I can do the rest, you know. But you know, painting this in the right place. I thought maybe that might have fixed it, just in case there was some bug with the position thing. But didn't make a blind bit of difference. The sign is part of the level. Do you mean the background? What I'm calling the background? Sign's a sprite, and it's actually like a 3x3, a 4x3 for that reason. Look. So I could just light up the middle. So the only two I'm trying to affect is those two. They're just going to stay for now anyway. Of course we can add to it, but that's just the idea I've got right now, and obviously I'd like to try and get it done rather than quit. There must be a way. Like you say, it's going to be something really daft. But no, I can't even think of anything to try. So I know straight away that exit sign is not the correct place. I need to add an offset to that. That's going to do the top left corner of the sign. But I'd be happy with that right now if it does that. I mean, my brain tells me the problem must be in here. No, I don't know why, and I give up for the time being, but I'll be back later this evening. Hopefully early, but I've got a feeling it will be like after 11 again that I finish. Because they're bloody gits. But yeah, I apologise, I couldn't get much production done here. I'd hope that would be simple. I'm really baffled by why that's not simple. The desk we done within seconds. Painted the desks where they were. The principle's the exact same. I've obviously missed one bloody line out somewhere, but I'll have to look at it myself, I think, and just try and figure it out. As I keep saying, I can't even think of one thing to even try right now. Yeah, thanks, Moz. We'll get there in the end. Don't worry. It's going to be yet again something stupid. A return missing, or it could be anything. Could be absolutely anything. Don't know, man. We're not doing anything different as far as I'm aware than what we've already done. But this time it just doesn't work. So, don't know. Sometimes I just have to delete things and start over. Not the whole game, but I might even delete the entire exit sign and stuff. So, don't know yet. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. It's been really encouraging. Getting lots of comments from you guys. I really appreciate it. Yesterday I was talking about that. I had that challenge to get 5 out of 5 viewers chatting, and it did tell me I'd done it, so that's really good. It was worth it just for the magenta flashing. Thanks, Fractal. We're gonna keep improving it. I wouldn't like to guarantee anything, but I'm pretty certain tonight when I get home I'm gonna fix that fairly quickly, because it's just we've done it all before. So I've obviously just missed something. Oh, good shout. Always worth getting early night rather than staying up watching Twitch. Yeah, thanks again, everyone. Again, I really hope to see you all again soon. We're going to keep improving the game. We'll be adding more levels really, really soon. And hopefully that nasty teacher throwing his teeth at you. That's going to be a fun session when we add in. So, yeah, I'll catch you later on tonight, somewhere between 11 and 12 if you're about.